Hello. Um, if you've been around here for a little while, you might notice that the really ugly green wall is gone. Um, I have hated this green wall since we moved in a year ago, and I haven't been doing anything about it. And I don't know what changed, but uh, 6 weeks or so ago, maybe a couple of months ago, it's like, you know what? We could just paint it. And so my husband, we went paint shopping, and then my husband very kindly painted this and the other walls while I was away. And I put some cushions and I've got a rug, and I'm really liking this little space now. And it's having me reflect on how it's one small example of how little I value my own comfort and pleasure day to day. Yeah, how easily I will tolerate um something bugging me. And the color of this wall has been bugging me for like a year. Um, and in this like just like pernicious, like in the background kind of way. And I noticed the way that it's like stopped me like fully settling. And some of it's like an old pattern. We used to move house so much when I was little, with my dad being in the military and then my military career. Um, and so there's this always this sense of kind of like just making do and getting by. And um, that has helped me in a lot of situations. Um, but yeah, like now I'm noticing this like imperceptible little softening in my body. Like, oh, I like the way this looks on the screen. Uh, I like the way it looked when I walked into the room. It's like, oh yeah, this is a place I want to be now. This is a place that, yeah, again, this imperceptible kind of like softening and relaxing. And it has me kind of like really curious about all of the ways I go through life carrying these like little bits of unnecessary tension, right? And this like contraction, and how that stops me feeling myself and how that stops me feeling others, and um, then reduces my capacity to to be with the discomfort that I can't change, right? Um, to be with the horrors in the world at the moment. And I'm not saying like some fresh paint and a new set of cushions is gonna, like, none of that makes anything better. But what it does do is it helps me create more space in my body to be able to show up for those things. Because I sometimes describe my nervous system, my body, like a lake freezing from the bottom up. Like I tend not really to notice until I've got like this much space at the top, and I'm like, why can't I breathe? Um, and yeah, that it reduces my capacity for everything. It reduces I'm not a good as friend. I'm not a good uh, like the partner that I want to be. I'm not the teacher that I want to be. I'm not the coach that I want to be in those moments. The daughter, the sister, like it impacts every area of my life. Um, and so, yeah, I'm really sat with the question now of where else am I unnecessarily sucking it up, getting on with it? Where else might I spend a little like where else might I invest in myself? Because for the sheer just because I matter. And it sounds so basic, but for me at least, like deep underneath the perfectionism is a story that I don't matter, that my feelings are not as important as achieving as making sure everybody else feels good or whatever else it is. And the irony is nobody else feels good around me when I'm like that because I don't show up in a particularly nice way. Um, so yeah, that's my question for myself at the moment. Where else might I invest in what I want or what I need purely because I'm important? And then, because I still have to justify this to myself somehow, because then it then also helps me have the space and capacity to do the genuinely difficult things in the world. I think this is the thing that I'm tracking, right? That if where am I making life harder than it needs to be, which then means the genuinely difficult things feel uh impossible, insurmountable. And again, I'm not sure like a new set of cushions is going to suddenly revolutionize my capacity to save the world, but that doesn't mean it's not important. Yeah. And I love these moments, these like in authentic relating, we call them holograms. Right? The moment where like a hologram, the whole image is captured on a piece of glass, and if you smash it, all the pieces still contain the whole. These like really small moments that capture these like pervasive patterns in my life. The color of the walls, it's such a small thing, and yet it's an opportunity to like see these patterns like, playing out in my life. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to hear how this resonates with you. Are you seeing your version of a pattern around this? Where else do you make life harder for yourself than it needs to be? And where might you invest in your own pleasure and comfort because you matter, because it will increase your capacity to do the hard stuff? So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.